We are not on our way to an authoritarian regime under Donald Trump. We are living in it right now. Every action that this administration takes is criminal, corrupt, defiant of the Constitution, and the latest is one of the most unsettling yet, as Donald Trump had a veteran who was peacefully exercising his First Amendment right arrested for protesting him. It is a disgraceful display that we are going to get into and in how it is backfiring on Donald Trump. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we get into what was an unsettling image tonight in Washington, D.C., with Trump being protested in front of the White House, I first want to start with all of the authoritarian actions we have recently seen from this administration, which are broken down in important context from Nicole Wallace.
Donald Trump today, in the midst of signing executive orders ending cashless bail and criminalizing flag burning, again suggested he'll send troops to Chicago and maybe also Baltimore, potentially putting nearly 4 million Americans under this dark new rule of law, law and order regime in America. Then he said this.
As you all know, Chicago's a killing field right now, and they don't acknowledge it. And they say, we don't need him, freedom, freedom. He's a dictator, he's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator. I don't like a dictator. I'm not a dictator. I'm a man with great common sense, and I'm a smart person. And when I see what's happening to our cities, and then you send in troops, instead of being praised, they're saying you're trying to take over the republic.
Quote, I'm a smart person, says not so many actually smart people, but okay. Is the water hot enough for you yet? Just so you know, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is expected to address the potential for troops arriving in his city, the city of Chicago, at any moment. We're monitoring that for you. But just as important as the what in these matters today is the why. Because, well, the Trump administration will publicly, in statements like that, say that these drastic, unprecedented measures are designed to fight crime. The reality is that, as far as we can tell, so far, it is not about that. It's a show of force. New York Times tracked incoming defendants to a federal courthouse in Washington, D.C., people appearing before a magistrate judge who would otherwise be dealt with at a local court level if charges were ever filed against them at all. Quote, one man had been arrested over an open container of alcohol. Another had been charged with threatening the president after delivering a drunken outburst following his arrest on vandalism. And one defendant's gun case so alarmed prosecutors that they intend to drop the case. To defense lawyers and even some prosecutors, many of the cases that have landed in court have raised concerns that the takeover seems intended to artificially inflate its effect because government lawyers have been instructed to file the most serious federal charges, no matter how minor the incident.
If you would never burn an American flag because you view it as disrespectful, that is an opinion you are entitled to. But the idea that Donald Trump has now criminalized it, which, by the way, he hasn't, because it would be unconstitutional to do so. The little carve out that Trump made saying burning a flag is equivalent to fighting words because it incites violence. And none of this is true. Donald Trump just wants to impose his will wherever he can. He wants to make any protester afraid. He wants to make any person using their free speech afraid. Donald Trump is after intimidation above all else. That is what this administration wants because they know they're unpopular, they know they're weak, and they know they're pathetic. That is how Donald Trump is perceived to be, and even more so tonight, after a veteran who went out and immediately defied this disgusting action from Donald Trump was arrested. I want to take a look at what he had to say in front of the White House and then what he said as he was being taken away.
My name is Jack Cocchiarella. I'm a retired disabled combat veteran, serving over 20 years in the United States Army. I fought for every single one of your rights to express yourself in however you feel that you may want to express yourself. There's a First Amendment right to burn the American flag. Archdeacon in that house right there signed an executive order today saying that it was illegal to burn the American flag. No president can make a law, period. No Congress shall make a law infringing on First Amendment rights. I'm burning this flag as a protest to that illegal fascist president that sits in that house. Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants, regardless if it's legal or illegal. No way. No way. Go the fuck away from me. Fuck it. What the fuck? Once again, my name is Jack Cocchiarella. I am a 20-year combat veteran, having served in the United States Army. It is our First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says. Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag in public, not causing harm or causing any danger to any citizens or personnel in the area. That's okay. So what we get when we have a fascist, right here. It's okay. It's okay. I accept this. I figured this was going to happen.
Hey, this is an illegal arrest. This is an illegal search.
Nothing worse than our brothers and sisters, immigrants, are receiving. Probably a lot better. I'm being treated very well. Not surprising, seeing as I'm a middle-aged white man.
He just took his phone, trying to unlock it.
I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment rights in a public area, not causing any danger, causing no danger to anybody. Simply expressing my rights as a U.S. citizen and a retired disabled combat veteran who served this country faithfully for over 20 years. This president and his lackeys do not believe in the First Amendment right. You simply burn a flag within what, a 2-foot circle on brick, and you get detained.
They can't tell you why you're detained. Just broke the law.
What is your name?
We're gonna walk down this way.
That is what real patriotism looks like. Donald Trump humping a flag on stage, Pete Hegseth wearing his little American flag pocket square and socks, and in the lining of his jacket. RFK Jr. doing half pull-ups in jeans. That's not America. Protesting a tyrannical government, that's what it's about. All of these wannabe John Wick conservatives who say that they need their guns in case the government is authoritarian and takes over and they need to fight back, and they have this image in their head of the feds busting down their door because Kamala Harris is coming for their gun and she's going to make them drink matcha, and then you're like, well, I got my weapons and so I'm going to Rambo my way out of this thing. First of all, those guys are pathetic. They're losers. They live in their mom's basement. They argue with people online. They're not tough. They're fake. They're pathetic. And there's an authoritarian takeover happening right now, if you didn't notice, and they're doing jack shit. So I don't want to hear it about why you need your guns, MAGA. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And I don't want to hear any Republican trying to tell me that they're the champion of free speech when they're directly suppressing it. I talked to Jamie Raskin about that, actually, right here.
Like, maybe for your generation, the right wing got away with claiming that they were free speech victims and they were champions of free speech, okay? I think people my age understand that the only reason we've got free speech in America is because the labor movement fought for it, the civil rights movement fought for it, the women's movement fought for it, the LGBTQ movement fought for it. It's always been the progressives and liberals standing up for free speech. It's always been the right wing trying to squelch it. And we've gone back to that historical baseline. Donald Trump every day is trying to sue ABC or CBS or NBC or 60 Minutes to
or get someone fired,
shut them down, get somebody fired. And he's using the FCC, the communications arm of the government, the regulatory arm of the government, to shake these people down for money, saying you're not going to get your license approved if you don't settle with me. And he's doing the same thing to the colleges and the universities. That's all about free speech. When he says to Columbia or he says to Harvard, you do what I tell you to do. I want to take over your faculty hiring. I want to take over your student admissions. I want to take over your curriculum. And if not, I'm going to be bedeviling you and I'm going to be harassing you and haranguing you.
We cannot let ourselves lose on this issue. It is liberals, it is progressives who have always fought to protect speech. Now, we may disagree with you, and in the public square, yeah, some people have made it really difficult to hold some opinions. A lot of those opinions are bigoted, and I don't want them in society. And if you have no friends because you are a racist and you're xenophobic and homophobic and a misogynist, and so no one likes you or wants to be around you, yes, that's not my fault. But the government should not be imposing itself upon your speech, snatching you up off the street because you wrote an op-ed. That shouldn't be happening. But that's what Trump is doing right now. He's sending his masked thugs wherever he wants, and we need to fight back against it. And not just by saying it's wrong, but explaining why it's not needed. And that's exactly what Governor Pritzker did right here.
Crime is a reality we all face in this country. Public safety has been among our highest priorities since taking office. We have hired more police and given them more funding. We banned assault weapons, ghost guns, bump stocks, and high-capacity magazines. We invested historic amounts into community violence intervention programs. We listened to our local communities, to the people who live and work in the places that are most affected by crime, and asked them what they needed to help make their neighborhoods safer. Those strategies have been working. Crime is dropping in Chicago. Murders are down 32% compared to last year and nearly cut in half since 2021. Shootings are down 37% since last year and 57% from 4 years ago. Robberies are down 34% year over year. Burglaries down 21%. Motor vehicle thefts down 26%. So in case there was any doubt as to the motivation behind Trump's military occupations, take note. 13 of the top 20 cities in homicide rate have Republican governors.
We have a unique opportunity right now to flip the script on so much of what has been said about the Democratic Party, to change people's view of what we're all about. Soft on crime? No, I'd say that's the party that elected the felon. We make sure people are safe. We invest in communities. And if we can't get that message across, guys, I don't know what we're doing. We're certainly going to do so on this show. If you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.